If you've ever felt pressured to provide buyer feedback to sellers, this video is for you. We've all heard, "Oh, we'll have a think about it," or "It's very nice," when deep down you knew that the potential buyers just weren't interested. But what's really going on here? Clearly, there's an element of not wanting to be rude or offend, especially with us reserved Brits. But advertising legend David Ogilvy may have hit the nail on the head when he said this. He said, "People don't think what they feel, don't say what they think, and don't do what they say." Now, Ogilvy was talking about the limitations of market research, but you'll see it can equally apply to buyer feedback. But here's the thing. As estate agents, we need to be able to read between the lines. Don't just take the feedback at face value. Don't just take the feedback at face value if you get any feedback at all. Pay close attention to the viewer's body language, their tone of voice, those little hesitations. Are they lingering in a certain room, or are they avoiding eye contact when you mention the low ceilings in the back bedroom? The key is to build trust so that the viewers feel comfortable being honest with you, as honest as they want to be. If you sense some hesitation about the garden size or the kitchen size, something like that, well, ask the question, address it. Because rather than being upset or offended, acknowledging their unspoken concerns is showing the viewers that you're genuinely interested and that you care about finding the right home for them. If you get the call wrong and it's not actually an issue, then 9 times out of 10 they won't have a problem putting you right. But even if the potential buyers do provide feedback, it's likely to be what they can easily articulate rather than their deeper and more powerful subconscious feelings. So being able to pick up on the subconscious stuff may actually be much more telling and powerful and useful than what they say or don't say. It's another great reason why personally carrying out the viewings rather than using an accompanied viewer just makes so much sense. And while we're talking about trust, why do you think sellers are so keen to get feedback? Before I get into that, if you've enjoyed the video so far, be sure to hit like down below so the lovely YouTube algorithm will show it to more people. Now, getting back to sellers, would they care really if someone said, "I hate it," and then put in an acceptable offer? I suppose some might be sufficiently offended to reject the offer, but I'd guess the vast majority wouldn't. So why is feedback so important to sellers? Are they looking for feedback to just have proof that the viewing took place? Are they wanting reassurance that the agent, you, are doing everything you can to sell the property? Or are they looking for validation that they made the right choice of agent in the first place? Now, I've never really understood the logic, but I do know that some sellers and some landlords think that agents make up phantom viewings. Okay, well, let's suppose that does happen. If that's the case, and the seller is doubting that the viewing even took place, then what's to stop the dodgy agent from making up the feedback from the entirely fictional viewer? Unless they're working on an upfront marketing fee basis like Purple Bricks, then it's not really in an agent's interest to have an instruction that doesn't sell because they don't earn any money from it. So that whole thing just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And let's be honest, if your relationship with the seller has reached that point where they're doubting your every word, then I think you've got much bigger problems to solve. In my experience, the best way to avoid all this is to communicate clearly and frequently with the seller, sharing openly whatever information you have to hand. If the property isn't getting the online views you'd expect, or the click-through rate is surprisingly poor, tell them this. Tell them what might be causing it, and the solutions available to them, because more often than not they will have options. As long as you're communicating openly and often, most sellers will stay on side. Things tend to slide when you or your team go quiet on them. I hope this video has got you thinking and you've enjoyed it. And if you don't want to miss out on any further videos when I upload them, then be sure to hit subscribe down below, or if you hang on for a couple of seconds, it will pop up on screen and you can hit subscribe there.